All right, let's talk about something fascinating. A kind of mental superpower, really. It's the power of choosing not to argue, especially when you know for a fact that you're right. So, why do smart people seem to walk away from arguments even when they're winning? I mean, it feels totally backwards, doesn't it? You've got all your ducks in a row, the facts, the logic, and you just stop. But here's the thing. It's not about surrendering. It's about using a much, much smarter tool. And that brings us right to our first big idea here, what we can call the rightness paradox. It's this weird upside-down situation where the more certain you are that you're correct, the less you actually need to prove it. Sounds strange, I know. Let's break it down. Oh, you know this feeling. We have all been there. You're locked in some argument that's going nowhere, but you are 100% certain you're correct. Your heart's pounding, you're just cycling through your points over and over, thinking, how are they not getting this? It feels like this epic battle you just have to win. But what if the argument stopped being about the facts a long, long time ago? What if I told you that, without even realizing it, you've probably walked right into what's known as the ego trap? Yeah, think about it like an iceberg. What you're actually arguing about, the facts, the topic, whatever, that's just the tiny tip sticking out of the water. The real fight, the massive chunk of ice hidden underneath, is all about your ego. You're not just defending a point anymore, you're defending your sense of self, your own intelligence. So, how do you know if you're caught in this trap? Well, see if any of this sounds familiar. That burning need to get the last word in, getting instantly defensive the second someone pushes back. How about completely ignoring new evidence that doesn't fit your side? Or worse, making it personal? If you're feeling angry just because you're being challenged, those are all huge red flags. They're basically alarm bells screaming that your ego has grabbed the steering wheel. And right there, that's the real problem. The whole mission changes. Suddenly, the goal isn't to be accurate anymore, it's just to be right. You've stopped looking for the actual truth, and now you're just fighting for a win, no matter what it costs you. The facts, the relationship, you name it. Okay, so if that's the trap, how in the world do we get out of it? Well, the answer is all about developing this really cool mental skill. It's called cognitive flexibility. So what is that exactly? Put simply, it's the opposite of being mentally stubborn. It's your brain's ability to hold two different ideas at the same time. You can have your own opinion, your own belief, but you can also genuinely think about someone else's point of view without your brain short-circuiting or feeling like you're under attack. Here's a great way to think about it. You want your mind to be like a gymnast, not a statue, right? A statue is rigid. It's strong, sure, but it doesn't move. And if you hit it hard enough, it just shatters. But a gymnast? They're strong too, but they're also agile, flexible, and adaptable. They can bend and flip and react, and they always land on their feet. That is the kind of mind we're aiming for. And when you start thinking like that, like a gymnast, your whole priority shifts. It pulls you away from that need to protect your ego and points you toward a much, much better goal, being accurate. Okay, look at how this plays out. This really breaks it down. If you're ego-driven, your goal is just to win. You see any kind of disagreement as a personal threat, and the big question in your head is, how can I prove I'm right? But if you're accuracy-driven, if you're that mental gymnast, your goal is totally different. It's to learn. You see disagreement as an opportunity, and you ask a way more powerful, way more interesting question. What if I'm wrong? And this is maybe the most important takeaway of all. There's a world of difference between being right and getting it right. See? One is about defending a fixed position. The other is a journey. It's a process of learning and updating and actually figuring things out. That's what real intelligence looks like. And the payoffs here, they're huge. When your main goal is to find the best answer, not just to defend your first answer, you just naturally start making better decisions. You learn things so much faster. Your conversations become way more productive. And maybe best of all, you build stronger relationships because people stop seeing you as an opponent and start seeing you as a partner in figuring things out. All right, so this is all great in theory, but how do we actually do this? You know, the next time you feel that blood pressure start to rise in a debate, let's boil it down to a really simple, practical takeaway you can use. Think of it as a 3-step mental reset button. Step 1, just notice it. Acknowledge that your ego is flaring up. That's it. Just saying, there's my ego, takes so much of its power away. Step 2, ask yourself a simple question. What's the real goal here? Is it really to win this one little point? Or is it something bigger, like understanding the truth or, not ruining dinner with a friend? And finally, step 3, make the shift. Consciously change your focus from being right to getting it right. Just tell yourself, okay, my job isn't to win, my job is to learn. So that's really what it all boils down to. The next time you find yourself in an argument and you know you're right, what are you going to do? Are you going to argue to win? Or are you going to stop and listen? Because being right gives you a special kind of power. You can use it as a weapon to beat someone over the head with, or you can use it as a tool to build a bridge and actually understand something new. The choice is always yours.